Hi all, let's check the link. Where is it? These pages, yeah. Okay, now it's these pages. Yeah, so we get the link and we can start with where's it? Yeah, because for today's plan I think we have modules and main. Okay, let's get the link. Okay, so let's work out those errors. Which kind of space bin? Let's change the topic. Topic is this. Shit. Yeah. Okay, changing the topic. How do I? Yeah. Then this link. Yeah, okay. Just a sec, let's do it nice. Next will be actually which one? It will be, yeah, Wednesday. Actually I have it written here, sorry. It's written here, it's 18th, yeah. Okay, next is 18th of July. I will do that later. AP, yeah. Looks good. Okay, live now. So, yeah, I realized I have prepared some questions last time and I didn't answer them because, yeah, they are here. Actually, sorry, they are here. It was interesting links and some things to check. Yeah, okay, I will do that in session 4. Sorry for that, it's a busy week. Distance, yeah, I will put that into the main repo here. Yeah, and we can start with the modules and imports. So first, some questions about anything we done before, like we did most of the stuff from learnpython.org. Yeah, so dictionaries, classes, functions, loops, conditions. Actually we went through this, where is it, cheat sheet. Yeah, individual sheets, this one. Okay, I have to draw it again. So yeah, everything from this should be clear. Let's check with you guys. Any questions from previous classes? If not, we can start with modules and packages, which is sort of written here, and we will do it. Yeah, this is nice. Also writing packages, very nice. So what does this do actually? No idea how they do it. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, this is how the imports. Yeah. Never mind. We will do it 2 hours. So yeah, so this will make sense a little bit later. And today we actually will write some script actually, so we can run it as a file. So I'm using Sublime, unregistered. I can set syntax to Python. Let's record, yeah, stream. Okay, so but first let's go through the imports. Actually, maybe I have also no questions here, and yeah, sorry. Okay, let's start. We are already way over the schedule. Well, this is actually important, this if name main. Let's explain it now. There's proper explanation for this on Stack Overflow. That's very technical. I mean, you can read it, but I will show you this way. So in IPython, I'm gonna start it like this. You know, you have these underscores, and there are a bunch of them. So there is like package, that's empty, and others. Maybe IPython is online. Yeah. What is interesting for us is the name, and that's that returns main. This is like for the main package which we just run, because if we import some module, for example random has also random name, and its name is random. So when we write in Sublime, there should be some yeah, it's it will give us this if name of the package is main, run main. So I will write some simple main function, because what this created is actually the calling of the main function, which doesn't exist yet. So I will name it like this, and I will print hello world. And also, to be nice, to not have just empty py file, which I would have to run via Python and the file, I will write usr bin and Python. This calls the env package and yeah, searches for the correct yeah, never mind, correct interpreter. So if I save this, let's give it git it's gonna be like that, like this, and I will go to the folder. The package is, the file is here, so I can run it as Python main.py. There's an error. Notice that it showed me where exactly. I can save this, also do space and space, so to be applied with the pep8, and there's Anaconda plugin here, so it also wants me to convert to spaces, so now it doesn't complain. Yep, nice. So now this works. Hello world. I can also, so this is this works even if I didn't have this. But oops. The idea why I have it here when I change it to executable. So now it's executable, and I will just run it like this. It will work, because without it, yeah, it tries to run as some shell command, yeah. And there's this vague explanation, but you get the idea, I guess. Huh? Okay, great. So this could be general structure how you write files. So you have the name, if name is main, run the main function. And now this is interesting. If I will write like say hello to name, whatever, so this is I just define the function in the file. So if I run it, it will stay the same. Of course I can put it in here or under the main, but the idea is that when I will now import the main file, because I can import the main.py like this, nothing happened, which is good, and the main has the main function. Can display it like this, or just run it, and it is also the say hello to function. I can also display it like this, or yeah, if I would have some docstring, it would be bring the docstring and prints me the file, the contents of the code, so I can run it. Yeah, so the main thing from this is that when you write the package and run it as the package itself, it will go to this line and execute the main or whatever else you have there. And if you just want to import this as a package, this will not get run, and you have still these definitions. So perhaps we will have some example. This will make more sense. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we will explain that later again when we will have another example. Now let's get to the imports itself. So I imported random here. Random is maybe this is some doc. Yeah, can print it. Also, this should work as well. Yeah, this is the same thing. So it's it's for generating random numbers. So we have random integer, random choice from a list, etc. So everything you import, you imported random, so now you have to always write random and what functions you would like. So I can write wait, sorry, I forgot how to use it. From range A to B. So this random number from 0 to 10, and let's say I want to use just this random integer from this random module. So I can do from random import random integer, and now I can just run it without using the random dot before. It works still the same. Because if I will because it's a function, sorry. But there should be some link to the random library. Maybe module. Never mind. This is going way deeper. We don't need to do this. Also, what you can do is when you don't like the name, you can do as random integer. Still works. So this is just making your imports making sense. So you can you can name them as you like. What else? This string, and we can go to the other modules. Okay, so this is actually to go through this IPython notebook. You can also do random to show all these functions. You can do this for any, like import OS, here OS, but you generally don't need to do that with IPython, because you just do os dot, hit tabulator, and you can get all these. There are lots of things in OS module. So it's like OS path. OS path has other stuff. Get current working directory, for example. etc. That's it. That's how you can explore any module. And actually this was interesting. Random integer is same as random integer. And it's also same as the random. And this would work also, because the value and the ID in the memory is still the same. It's same. So you get the idea. Let's check IRC. Okay guys, any questions so far? Paper's route is dangerous, and actually we will this is a very important point. I will explain working with modules in general in this session, because yeah, that's the main part. So now let's get to this part. Don't ever do this, because it can override your functions in the main. So I will show it in this file. So let's say I will define print function and just return, I mean, let's not do print, let's do something else. The ID, for example. And return object name, for example. Yeah. Yes, of course. Now I am in here, yeah, because this is the part where I want to the directory where I want to be. Now I can delete the main and import it again. Maybe it will work, but I don't think so. No, I have to restart it. Yeah. So import main. Sorry. Actually, what I wanted to show is from main import is don't do this, because what will happen is that there is no main. There's just main.py file, and everything from this function is yeah, because now the main is in here, just like that, no namespace in before. And now the ID is not the ID I showed here for getting the identity of an object. Now it's this function I define here. So the functionality completely was overwritten. Yeah, what I wanted to show. For example, yeah, I mean, no, sorry, I mean, for example, this should work, yeah. Yeah, never mind, this just returns the name of the module, but you get the idea. I overwritten the ID function. So you can do this in very few cases where you are very absolutely sure that whatever you have defined in your module doesn't override whatever you have in your previous module. But there is always a better way to just import something. I mean, import random as, yeah, this works as well. So if you are tired of writing the whole random, you can just import it as R. If that makes sense for you, I would recommend using still random, because if others will read your code, they would have to go up to the imports, see that you did something like that, and then they will get it. So better do it the standard way. Because there might be cases when you have like file with contents, so constants. So for example, yeah, I mean, path to the whatever. The log whatever const py, yeah, that's so what some people do. And if I do import const, is it in the correct folder? Where did I say this? Yeah, const py. What's wrong? Okay, this is weird. Save as again. It's here. Replace. I don't see it. Now it's there. Oh, I'm sorry. This. Okay. So import const. And so now const has these strings saved. If I would do from const import, or I would have it directly here. So if I had I can show it again actually. So if I had path to db just like that, and then I would do from const import this, path to db would be overwritten, and you don't get any warnings, or it might not be clear what is happening. So I mean, you might find it on the internet that somebody does this. Don't do this. Actually, I recalled one of the interesting pages. Maybe it will work now. There is myths about Python. Yeah, now it works. So if you haven't read this is like common myths about Python. That Python is a new language. You know that it's it's over 23 years old. Actually, it's 28. I mean 27. Yeah, it was released in 99. Python is not compiled. It's not secure. Yeah, we will go through this later. But definitely read this page. I will remind it a few more times that these myths about Python scripting being scripting language and etc. it's wrong. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on with explaining of the modules. So message. So the way you import all is that you just have I had these constants or this main. So the best way to do it is just do import const, and now everything is under const, and it's like different box where you have it sorted, and it doesn't conflict with the whatever you have in the main, because this is like const, yeah, and this is the main, yeah, so it's different box. Maybe actually this might be in the live Python. Sorry, it was Python tutor. Yeah, maybe this will I don't need this. I need, yeah, so perhaps this will show us something. Live programming, yeah. Oh, perhaps it doesn't. Yeah, so let's import random. Yeah, so it's module instance. If I do from random import random integer, yeah, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, because yeah, that's a good point. This is like global frame, and it's like our main is also like global. Sorry, name, let's save it. Name is main, and if I do it again, like import random, name of module, yeah, nothing new I wanted to show. I mean, nothing new. I was hoping it will show something different, like different boxes, but anyways, let's get back to it. The global part is important. So you might recall I also explained this when we were doing functions. So let's say I have a variable, again some var, whatever, and it has something in it, something 1. And now when I have function, okay, actually I can show it here. That's probably better. So var is something 1, and when I do function and function test, whatever, and the function will have argument goo, whatever, and the goo will be, I mean, it can be, yeah, whatever. I will have same variable called, same name of the variable var, and it will be like goo, and it will return the var. Yes, so now you can see that var is still something 1, and the var inside of the function is just inside of the function. So if I will use it, is it actually, yeah, actually I can print it so it will show us some output. Yeah, this doesn't make much sense, sorry. I can overwrite it to something 2, and yeah, print var and then print test var. So yeah, I can go step by step. So var is defined, the test is defined, then it prints the variable 1, which is something 1, and then it prints what is in the function. It goes to the function, var is, the goo is something 1, var is something 2 in this scope, because you can see that there is the global frame and there is the test frame. So that will not overwrite whatever is in the, actually, because I did this, so yeah, it will print something too. Yeah, the idea is that this part, yeah, you see there is global frame and there is test frame. So this is something similar with the modules, that there's the global frame and there is the module frame, which is separate and it doesn't override things. Let's go to, yeah, so now I would explain the requests, unit tests, subprocess, matplotlib, and we will not do that because first this is actually not written in the module, but we had the issue with the pips and stuff. Wait, what do you mean books? What books? Modules. We can call them modules. Yeah, it's, I mean, call them books if you like. Whatever makes sense for you. Now I want to explain very important part about the modules in general and the maintenance. So we are on Arch Linux. So the Batsman, there is the Python module. You know that. Then there is the Python IPython. Sorry, it's actually IPython itself. And actually, yeah, we will install the request module, which is not part of the standard library. Come on. Yeah, because normally, I mean, I probably have it installed already, but yeah, it's here. But on a fresh system, it will not be there. actually, what is requests? Requests Python module. It's HTTP for humans, so it's like same working with the HTTP in general, because with the standard libraries it's still a little bit tricky. It's not terrible, but because there is a urllib3, I think urllib2 was more tricky, but anyways, lots of people use requests and I recommend it. So if you want to install it, what you would do on Arch Linux is just you would search for requests and you get lots of results, but what you want to do, what we would want it to install is this Python request for Python 3 or Python 2, and this will get installed to the global user. Maybe I can show it like this. I will list the contents of the package. It's catch Passman package Python request. That is latest to 19. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is not the proper way. I can do it like this. Python requests, lots of SQL, lots of packages in general, but yeah. So this gets installed into the userlib side packages, which is the user and user path, and you don't have permissions as a normal user to writing those. So you might see on the internet lots of people do, actually let's skip this, lots of people do sudo pip install, because the pip also tries to install into the userlib and it's not allowed, so they use sudo, and it can work, but it can also break things, so I don't recommend that. The better way is to use on Arch this. If you are not on Arch, what you can always use is virtualenv. Yeah, let's explain virtualenv. So it's actually, yeah, I will get that later. But anyways, on Arch Linux there is requests. Sorry, virtualenv. Yeah, and that's this thing, the virtualenv binary. So it's the tool to create isolated Python environments. So if I will go to some playground Python folder and create testenv, it will create new folder called testenv. In it there is bin, includes and lots of other packages. Yeah, lots of those. The idea is that now I will actually switch to bash, because it will make more sense when I activate this virtual environment. So the way you do this is to run this, source this script, which will just enable whatever you run in the virtual environment. You can also do it just by running bin and Python in here, because it's like separate Python, but generally you do source bin activate. On Windows it's I think there is folder called scripts in the root folder, and there is activate.bat. Yeah. So now when I activated it, you can see there is the testenv here, and now I can do, for example, pip install. So let's run pip freeze. There is nothing installed. That's nice. So actually, let's show the help. Yeah, pip freeze is output installed packages in requirements format. So there is nothing installed, and it will get installed whatever I will write. Yeah, there's just setup tools and pip and wheel, the basics for the maintaining of the packages. So if I do pip install requests, it will download them and install them in here. Now there is requests and whatever the hard detection and others. So this is just in the virtual environment. Actually, I'm not sure, because if I would do it in the normal frame, there is like user. No, I'm not exactly sure. I will write it in here for the next session, because there might be some ways, some cases where you can run pip install as a user and everything will work correctly. But I'm not exactly sure, because I just do everything in virtualenv or yeah, or on Arch Linux in general, so the packages are there. If not, I can have the virtual environment, or I can find them on Arch Linux. So there's whatever is not in the official package, official repositories, it will probably be here. So let's check what's popular in Python: Python Professional, Anaconda, yeah, PyShark, Pygame. Yeah. So you can just this is just the hour. So the way you do it is, you know, get the package build, make package, and use it. Yeah. Okay. So now in the test.env I have the request in here. I can deactivate the virtual element like this, and yeah, I will show you this thing. So well, I have request installed in global, but I will run this from this test environment. So actually I can deactivate and show you this way, that you can use bin python, and that's the Python in the test environment. Also there is Python has lots of command line options. I will show you the inline command, the C. There's also module, and the interactive Python, the I, that will be useful in testing. But for now, let's just explain the C. So I can do import requests and get the requests, print the request file where the module is located, and you get this. Yeah, so it's in this test.env in the side packages as I shown here. If I would do it with regular Python, yeah, it's in the user lib. So that's the main difference, and that's very important to understand this when you're working with lots of modules and you're testing stuff. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, somebody has already lunchtime. Let's do 5-minute break here. It is, yeah. Yeah, well, mute this out. So 11 AM. Let's continue. Okay, let's continue. So to finalize this part, so I shown the difference between the Python global and Python in the test environment, where the side packages are located. Of course, when I activate the virtual environment again, this will be same result as when I run this, because what the activation of the test environment does is that the Python links to the Python in the test environment. When I deactivate, the normal Python links to the user bin. Yeah, there is more for the virtual environments, but this is the main part which you need to get for testing modules, to not put them in the global system. Also, this might be interesting when you are doing testing some older versions, because as I shown pip freeze prints, yeah, that's all my modules in the global scope. So I want actually only modules in this environment, so I can also use pip in the bin. Yeah, and what pip freeze does is output install packages in required format. So if I will do pip freeze, sorry, I wanted to do bin pip freeze, yeah, and save them to the requirements.txt. It shows the modules with the versions, so I can downgrade the versions, whatever. And let's say I will create another test environment. You can do also test temp like this and go to that folder. Actually, let's copy the requirements. Now let's go to that folder, and I can do virtualenv just dot, and it will create in this current folder. For if you are testing Python 2 stuff, there's also virtualenv.2. If we will not use it, the Python 2 is not part of the discourse. So let's say I will activate this test environment, testenv2, and now I don't have anything here, but I can do pip install. Let's show the help, and I can do pip install, oh yeah, R, the first option, the R install from the given requirements file. And there is a bunch of others options we will not go through, but the idea is that when you are we are getting some modules and it has requirements, you would create the test environment, pip install requirements.txt, yeah, and it would go through all the so as I did the change, the 281 requires specific ID and A, so I can, this is very ugly, but just to get idea. And also the URL lib, yeah. 205, and the URL lib was 121.1. Yeah, now it's satisfied. So this is just a different version of the requirements of the request library. Lib side packages. No? Yeah, okay, here it is. Come on. Yeah, it's these versions. Anyways, let's deactivate, delete these two, because we are on Arch and we have the request directly in the repositories and in the extra, so we can just directly use it. So let's return to the in here. No, wait, yeah, here it is. So import requests. So let's do a quick crawl through to the requests. So let's say you want to get some page of some source of the page. You do this. Typo. Requests. Yeah. So that returned response 200, which is from the HTTP code. Come on, too much tabs. HTTP codes. 2 is okay. 200 is okay. So, but where's the source? It's just gone, because you see there's input and output on the cell7. I have to save the output somewhere. So you can do this. Now it's in the R. R returns response 200, and it has all these how to call these? Yeah, functions and variables inside the R. So there is, for example, cookies. There is some information about that. There is the status code, which is 200. There is the raw text. Maybe it's a function. No, sorry, it was yeah, just R text. So this is the source code of the archlinux.org, and let's actually show some API, because yeah, this is what we shown. This is there, so there is headers. Let's move this now. Okay, headers. Yeah, and they just shown the content type. So this is actually this case insensitive dict, but it's actually dictionary. You can see that, so you can access it. The keys, this should work. Yeah, the keys are all these. So we can do like server, just print the server, turns on Nginx. The content type, as we saw in the on the page there, the text and hardset, etc. I want to show the RJSON now, which doesn't work here because there is no JSON on the page, but on the APIs you generally get some. That's the API for weather. Let's do some weather stuff. So there's, for example, like some air pollution, beta. Okay, let's check it. Let's also check some historical data. No, this is not what I... Okay, perhaps this would work. Yeah. So there is like a history open weather map, and it has maybe, what's this? This is some, yep, okay. So we get this URL and history, city ID, type, hour, start, and CNTs, unmonitored return data. Okay, so we have city ID, it's very specific. City name is better. So yeah, let's copy this link let's check if there are some questions. Oh, API for our GitHub. I want this page, come on. I want in here. Yeah, there is API for GitHub. I'm not sure. You can Google it later. Let's just use this for now. So let's actually move it here. So yeah, so we had that error. Let's write it with the request for the. Actually, let's do this. So that's our URL. Let's do our requests get URL and responses 401. Okay, that's not good. 401 means unauthorized for some reason. There's perhaps app ID. Yeah, so we have to have app ID for some reason. Let's append that. You can append like this to URL. URL is now this, and then that's okay. So now this should work. No. Okay, I will find some completely different API. Sorry, I didn't prepare this properly. API for weather. For example, this could work. Open weather map current. Yeah, but that has only. We want more stuff. Come on. Example. No, this is mobile alerts. Yeah, again some partner code. Zip code. Now there's also still this API ID. Recently, lots of APIs got. I mean, let's do the GitHub API, but let's do some. Yeah. Or that I send as JSON. Yeah. Can you use also CURL? Actually, so okay. It outpost. Yeah, because that first. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Okay. Let's use our GitHub repo. So where we are, yeah. So URL will be this. That worked. So now our JSON will work. Yeah, that will output. I mean, return you the whole JSON, which is actually JSON encoded. So in case this is a dictionary, because JSON itself it's a string. So let's use it. Yeah. GitHub dict. So this is indeed a dictionary. So we can display its keys like this, or display the whole. So let's say I'm interested in, because there are some sub sub-dictionaries. So for example, the owner or organization, they are like sub-dictionaries. Sorry. Yep, actually it's like that. It's, sorry, GitHub dict. No, like this. So that's like another dictionary, and you get all these keys and values for the repos URL, type, and etc. So if you are working with GitHub itself and getting, yeah, for example, I wanted to get all the URLs, all the GitHub URLs repos from some user. There is some way to do that. We will not do it in this case, but you might get the idea, like where do you want to analyze all these some of the GitHub repos, like what language they have, if it has issues, if it has wiki. Yeah, that's how the GitHub works. And this is for, like, maybe we can RESTful API examples. Yeah, so we can build your own, but I want to just get API examples of some. Recently there were much more. For example, in last time when we were doing the dedication, where did I put it again? Sorry, too much tabs. It's here. Yeah, sorry, I'll just pin it. So there was a fixer.io, and it returned the exchange rate for euro and or other currencies. Now it's somehow blocked. You have to register and etc. Sign up, use the key. Yeah, because companies want to control who does what API calls, because you might like overload their servers in some way. So now it's sort of limited, but okay, this is also interesting, these payloads. So maybe no, not in this case, but yeah, I will just show it here, because normally you get the API fixer latest, and now you have also these question mark base chiseled crown, and way to add it, you don't have to write the whole URL like that. You can just use params, and this is a dictionary, and the request get accepts params and a dictionary, and it will this is called the HTTP attributes, I think, and this is a way how to do it, I think. Yeah, HTTP attributes. Yeah, so no, sorry, again, I'm not sure how it's called, but you get the idea. It's the, we saw it also here, the question mark. Yeah, so I'm not sure how to get this API ID. Yeah, price list. Okay, let's skip this. So that's requests. Oh, is it HTTP query? Okay, good to know. Yeah, I mean, it's in general, just got the question mark and the variable equals something. You get the idea. Okay, so we went through modules, how they are formed, then I would skip this unit test for now. It's, yeah, I think I had some informative video about the unit test. We'll do the unit test later. This is for testing, that's very important. Oh yeah, we can go quickly through subprocess. So actually, let's run it here. So you import subprocess and you call this ls with arguments h, l, and human readable. So that just returns you 0. But I didn't write it here, but if I want to actually get the output of the ls, I would do check output, as you see below, and that returns me, actually, what does it return? Test equals type test is bytes. So if I want to make it more readable, I would do string to test and then print it. Of course, this is like nasty way of printing some output. We see there are new lines, so let's split it by new lines. Sorry, I have to split the whole string. So this string test, this will convert it to the string, and then I can split the string to the with the new lines, not the bytes itself. Oh come on, why do you do this? Yep. There's 2 slashes, and it's still not super nice. Because it's a, you can do var line in print line. No. Yeah, because there is some line is empty. Anyways, this is, I don't recommend doing something like this. There are much better ways to listing files. Just OS module, and then you have like function OS list there. So this is much better than calling the ls by directly, because then you have to handle all the bytes and std out and etc. So I don't recommend doing something like that, but you might get into some cases, especially for on Windows, when you just have to run some exe file or some subprocess. Yeah, because this, if I will check output from this part, this will also be I mean this. Yeah, you always have to specify the first command, then you would normally do the space and then the arguments, but you have to specify this as a list and not just like a simple string. That will simply not work. Yeah, so there's the check output of the BSR aux. This is very huge because lots of stuff is running in here, but you get the idea. There's also some better way how to get running processes just via some Python module. So processes are generally not ideal way how to run things, only when you have to, when you really have to. Okay. Yeah, this is better way, I guess. Like check output of the hello world. Yeah, the types are, and the v is again. Yeah. So maybe there is, this is like simpler. simple. So like if I will convert it to string, yeah, because there's still the bytes, and I'm not sure how to do this one, how to properly do this, but yeah, you can Google it how to do it. Sorry. There is also popen way. Actually, in Python 3 there is run, which is like better than the popen. Popen is in the Python 2 more, and I specified std out to pipe. Oh, sorry. Yeah, like this. And yeah, this is it's a string. Yeah, so this is like different, like better way to get the output, because the std out is directly a string. The proc itself, you can see it's some return code, the std out, which we saved, and because I think when I wouldn't specify it, it wouldn't save it. Yeah, so we have to specify it. And actually, let's check the subprocess help in here. Yeah, popen arguments. So run takes popen arguments, so we can actually Python subprocess docs. Yeah, so the run is on the top. So there is std in, input, std out, error, shell, and it can get quite complex in some cases. So this is just like surface area. You might just get, depends on the cases which you will have. So this is a string, and you can, I guess, strip it. No? Oh, it's a non-object, sorry. To run it again. Now there's std out, and now the strip will work. Yeah, it's just stripped the new line, and there is still the B. Yeah, I'm not sure about the bytes. Anyways, there is return code also, the PID. No PID? I guess I have to specify it. Only the popen had PID. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it can get tricky. Oh, there is also kill, and okay, actually let's yeah, that's correct. That's correct. But wait, actually it's not correct, because let's do the old popen. Now it's still open. Yeah. This will not work, of course. Yeah, there's some buffer. Return code is still not there, so now there is PID because it's still active. So let's sort it by PID. The 1649 uname, and actually I can do 1649. No, uname. I just search uname here. Yeah. So all the processes. This runs in the IPython kernel, and you can see it run the uname in here. So now I can communicate with it. If it would be some command that would expect some input, I could perhaps send some data in and out. So as for communicating normally, yeah, I can. Okay, let's kill it now. Now it should, yeah, it's not there anymore. And yeah, let's open it again, and if I will just communicate with it, it will be like sending enter, and it will return me the output, and it no longer runs. Yeah, so I either clean or communicate. Yeah, you can also do something like this. Let's not do this, and there are better ways to do that. Okay, that was very short and very bad introduction to subprocesses. Definitely read through this documentation, because the run, as you saw, it's kind of working like better, because it's just, well, it's more worked out. Yeah, I mean, if you have to use subprocess, something is not correct, better use something else, some other way how to get it, because using subprocess is not ideal in most cases. Let's do the file operation, and in the end let's do matplotlib. We have just 30 minutes, and when we will be doing the files, let's actually write some script as a file. So we had this main.py. So let's say we want to write script for listing files in directory. Let's see what we have, what directories we have. Yeah, for example, the annual projects. Yeah, that's okay. So let's save this to my home folder where the annual projects are. Yeah, they're here. So I can do, for example, this, like what this program should do. Prints all the files in the folder X. Let's delete this. Let's keep the main, and the main will call another function. Let's keep it satisfied. So if you want to do nothing, but you have to have some line in the code, you can do pass, because pass doesn't do anything. So let's write so we have the import OS, and now I actually will show you what I'm used to, how to write the code itself. So I have the text editor and the IPython, and I have imported OS, and now I'm not sure how to exactly what I want to do. So I can try stuff in this window and then move as they work, put them in here. So let's say I want to list directories. So as OS list there, I'm sure of that, and let's say because this lists only the directories and the files both, as you can see here. Yeah. And I want to list directories of the annual projects, so I can, because this is same as the path is just a dot. Yeah. This is same as if you would do it empty, but I want to list stuff in annual projects, and I have 3 folders there. And I want to list all the files in it. So let's see what I've written in here. Yeah, the current working directory is also important. Yeah, let's use oswalk. So yeah, I'm in here. Yeah. So let's try this OS path. So if you want to check if some directory exists, can do it like this: basic code scalable. No, what's wrong? Come on. It exists, so what the hell? Yeah, I had some typo. Yeah, 2 S's. So list, my function name will be listing files in directory. This is way too long function, but it's just for an example. And I will write docstring for the function. Does OS work in the specific directory? So as this is listing files in directory, I should first check if the file is actually directory. So I will give it argument, the dir. So if OS path exists, the dir. Then do something more. If not, print dir is not a directory. Actually, not exists, but I want to use OS path is dir. Yeah. No. Like this. So is there, and now let's use the OS walk. So OS walk, it's get us large help, but the important part is that for each directory, tree rooted as top, and it includes the dir path, their names, and file names. So if I just do the for OS walk in other projects, I will get, just do this, I will get generator. So how to browse with the generator? I can do for dir in OS walk print dir, and you see I have this one, and this is a tuple, and it has 3 elements. So as we saw in the help, it's dir path, their names, and file names. So I will just use it in expanding all these unpacking the tuple. So now when I will use dir path, their names, and file names, and I will do input in between so I can browse it one by one, I see I have other projects. It has these 3 directories and no files, and then it goes deeper. So it goes to the basic code scalable, and now it has all these. Actually, what are these? Let's check. Basic code scalable. So there are some. Yeah, actually it ends in here. VS Code. These are the directories, and these are the files. So now I can, when I have this for, I can do. So let's say I want to just list the files itself. So if I can just print the file names. I don't need to do any ifs, yeah. And I get all the file names in, and let's make it a little bit nice. So yeah, let's do the format, and format dir path file names. Finish this, and in directory, new line, files in directory. input so we can see it one by one. So no files in Annual projects. These files in Basis Code Scalable. Yeah, in the MISC there are these files. So I'm not sure in what case he would use this, but let's say I want to list only the files which have no, there is the no, not this one, sorry, this code. Yeah, so this code has no, yeah, this is a bad example. And this is another project files. It yeah, in the source might be something interesting. Yeah, the CS. Yeah, and the CPP. Okay, so let's just print the CPP files. So the way how to do it is quite simple. Let's skip this. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just some. Yeah, this is whatever. We can see it twice, but yeah, if I run it, it will be nice. Yeah, yeah, now it's nice. Okay, so yeah, again, very simple. If yeah, I can do for file in file names, another for if file, I mean if file ends with .cpp, print, and I will reuse this one. So we can see, yeah, CPP files in directory. This one are these ones. Yeah, one more tab, and I'm missing a semicolon. So I get this is like a filter for CPP files in the Annual projects directory, and this is pretty much about the file operations, because I mean we can do lots more, like moving files and creating files, etc. It depends on what you would like to do, what are your projects. Yeah, okay, no questions about this. Yeah, so actually you see there is nothing in here, and I have a bunch of codes in here, so I can do like hist, and to get the latest or the previous codes. I can also access it like this, input and the cell name, for example 59. So input of the 59 cell was this, with all these new lines. So this hist is better to just save it like that. And actually I can also do save file, save test.py. I mean, I probably have some test. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Save main2.py from 50 to 59. So that should work. Yeah. So it also there is, you can see there is this get IPython magic about the OS fork. I just want to get this part. Yeah, this is the even the wrong ones are there. So I just want this one, and yeah, fix this. So for if and the print. So in the I have the error pass was like this. Yeah. So now in the main I can do input what directory you wanna scan, space, and then listing the list files in directory. And of course I can do like filter and do it nicer, so filter this is third, first and second, and I have to remind I would have to validate input now, but the filter has to start with dot. So of course I can check that. If filter is not filter not, if not, filter starts with return please filter has to start, please input filter with filter starting with dot, yeah, and we can use this. So actually not, I have to write let's not use inputs, let's use sys arguments. So the way you do that is import sys, and sys has argv. There is argparser, which is better for handling this, but for now let's just use the args. So this is a list, and sys arguments is a list, so I can print it like you launched. So the first item on the sys arguments is the name of the script. The second item is the first argument, and third is the second argument. So I'm printing the dir and the filter. Actually I can show you that the filter is also some built-in function, but in this case it doesn't overwrite it, so it's okay to use filter. And I can specify the default one, the .cpp, and yeah, I always have to specify the dir, so that will be the sysarg first one. And yeah, this I'll probably break it, because if I will not specify the second argument in the file, it will tell me something. So let's try it out. So is it executable? No, it's not. So let's make it executable. You don't have to, but it would be better if you run it like this. So if I just run it, I had a typo argv. So yeah, the list is out of the range. So I have to specify, yeah, because I just launched .minepy. So if I will write it like this, list IO projects, there is still list out of the range, so I have to specify also the .cpp. And I made a typo, it's not starts with, it's actually string starts. Yeah, good. Takes one positional argument, but two are given. Okay, I did, yeah. Come on, this should work. What did I do wrong? To specify filter, I guess. Ah, is there? Sorry. Not here. Why did I wrote it here? It should be in here. Never mind. Yeah, so now this works. This doesn't, so how to fix it is, well, it's not ideal. We will show arc parser later. So if not this argument, yeah, I'm not sure how to do this best way, but I will do it like this. If len of the sys arguments is below 2, yeah, it's exactly 2, then you can, we just specified the, yeah, and I mean if it will be elif len this argument exactly 3, we can do this, and else, yeah, requirements print dir and at least dir is required. So this is kind of not ideal way the arc parser handles this for you, and yeah, I actually want to sysexit 1, but it wasn't, there were not enough arguments. Otherwise, when everything finishes, I want to exit as 0. So this is like 40-line script already. So this works even with without the CPP. I can list for. I had to use the Angular projects because it has a space in it. But if I would list for the Git and list for the sh files, I don't have to specify the sh in the string. Oh, there were no sh files in the Git. That's weird. Oh, there has to be lots of them. Okay, at least there should be. Come on. Git IPython notebook. No, there's some error. Yeah, that's default. Actually, I will show you if I would specify the filter not without any defaults. This wouldn't work because it requires positional argument filter, because I removed the default. But if I would just write CPP, what's that? Yeah. Okay. And this also doesn't work. Let's print it. If not filter, come on. Filter is CPP and filter doesn't start, so that should return. It doesn't print it, of course, because I just return it as a string and don't print it. Yeah, because in this return exits the function, but in this case it would exit it anyway, so just have to print it, and I can return false or something, but let's just do. Yeah, it continues. Yeah, so I have to do the return false. Yeah. Because it printed all the files. Yeah, because they don't end. Yeah, actually it works too. Yeah, this is not perfect example, but what else I wanted to show? Was one thing. yeah, if it's not directory, so I can try to list the main.py itself. Let's actually make the filter default again. Yeah, main.py is not the directory, and I could have like exit2 or something. I can do it actually. Return false, and if the output of the will be false, if not output, I can do if not output. This is exit 1, something went wrong, otherwise it will be true and it will be fine. So this is same. Now the return code will be 1. Let's make it like 2. Yeah, and then I wouldn't do any, it would be 1, of course. And if I will specify just yeah, this should be okay. Oh, okay, if not output, I have to return true in the end if it's okay. This is one way how to handle the functions, but I'm not sure if it's the best way. There are other ways. Yeah, now it's 0. So I wanted to check why the git folder, and probably it listed only git personal. Yeah, for example this. So main.py git and .py and yeah, that's this one. This is harder to debug, but I can show you what you can do. ipython I the main.py. Yeah, actually this is tricky because of the just the main.py git. I'm not sure if it will take the arguments correctly. Yeah, system exit 1. I mean, yeah, maybe like this. Yeah, this is not a perfect example, but if I will just do ipython I main.py, I will get the script launched, and it's in this case it returned exit 1 because at least one directory is required. Yeah, you can see where it ended, and I can do some debugging. So I can do like the listing directories itself. The function is still loaded in there. Yeah, you get the docstring and the whole function, so I can try to run it directly without handling the arguments. So I can try the git folder, and it's still, oh, you see what I made? Okay, I guess nobody told me about this, so this is a big error. It still wanted to list the Android projects directory. So yeah, this happens. Yeah, now it lists all the py files in the git folder. There are lots of them, or the sh files, even more. There are less of them. Some md files. If I will don't unspecified dot, it will tell me please input the filter starting with dot. Or I can, of course, fix it for the user, just add the dot in the beginning, etc. So actually we didn't went to matplotlib, but I will show you like very easy way how you can try the matplotlibs. So if you have IPython notebook, or you have even like in your applications you have like your IPython like this. No, actually this is i3 and I have to run applications through this. In the programming there is IPython, no, development, no, where was it? So it was probably all on my other machine. Well, anyway, with the Jupyter, that was my some other machine, because I was searching for IPython in the Qt. But if you have Jupyter, you can just have a new notebook and then just Google for matplotlib examples. Matplotlib examples, and you get these tutorials. Yeah, I mean, there's better gallery. For example, ticks and spines. This is nice. Well, let's do something nicer. Yeah, dark background. So we can just copy the whole code, put it in here, and it should work. Yeah. Probably it will tell you that you are missing some Qt library or something when it doesn't work, but you get the idea. You can change the lines. For example, I think this is the lines, so if I will do 9 lines, okay, if I do 69 lines, yeah, this is a mess. So you get the idea. You can because this doesn't work in normal IPython shell, you have to use the Jupyter notebook, and it will make some more example of some, because for example, if I wanted to show some graph of the files I just listed, I can do it with some of the examples from this gallery, whatever would make sense. Like I can list the size of them, or the count the files in the directories etc. It depends what you want to do. I'm just yeah, showing all kinds of stuff. So that's matplotlib. I recommend this PyCon visualization. Yeah, PyCon visualization. Yes, and this Jake.
And he's going to talk about.
Yeah, Vanderplas. He shows all kinds of visualization libraries. So there's matplotlib, and then there is lots more and lots more. So if you are interested in visualizations, yeah, check this out. I will link this to here, and then I will take a vacation and search these files a lot, because it's a mess already, and because I have lots of files here, and in the Git there is this Git, yeah, there's just these and it's not enough. So let's check the questions, and yeah, so that's all for today. I was a little bit tired and not ready, really busy week, so it was a little bit frantic, sorry for that. But for next session, what I have planned for next session actually. Oh, well, first answer the questions I have made for myself. If you have any more questions, please do ask, and I will prepare them for the next lesson. Yeah. The else in 4, yeah, I didn't do that. That was from session 4, session 2. Difference between X and Y in open, yeah, that was also interesting. When what is MRO, and what I have planned for the session 4 is nothing actually. But let's check what I have from my previous education, because we actually went through the basics of the Learn Python, and we can go deeper. We will not do these data sciences. We'll do something from this part, something with sets, for example, or regular expressions. But it would be better if you have some kind of like target what you want to do, and we can, you know, follow that part which is actually interesting for you. So I don't I have some meaningful examples and don't just blabber around, because yeah, let's check what's, yeah, so I actually, yeah, from my previous educations I prepared some projects. So we can do some web scraping of the Zomato. Zomato is a local restaurant overview, and yeah, it has some API, but we can do some web scraping of some HTML page with a beautiful soup or something else. Break calculator, yeah. Yeah, to calculate breaks. Yeah, sleep efficiency, calendar calculators, inventory catalogs. Yeah, so we did some Tesco checking, writing, yeah, dix to file, so that's JSONs and dictionaries. Yeah, we could do some like saving to the databases or the JSONs, or just the text file and working with the bytes or some cryptography. Yeah, and this is Selenium. It can be also interesting for automating some of the stuff. And yeah, this is like example how to use password using yeah, there's Pickle also. Let's not use Pickle. Yeah, it was get password, but I wanted to show. But anyways, that's for next sessions. So if you have any examples, I mean any requests, any ideas what you want to do, that would be great. Yeah, probably there's some lag, so let's check it. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, there is some delay. So that's all. See ya in 5 days, in the Wednesday. Hopefully, well, I have to prepare something. If I will not, I will let you know, and let's to move the session later. Okay. Thanks to stopping streaming. Now I have to cut this out to, you know, when on the recording we don't have the breaks and stuff. See ya.